back to Nazareto's channel. In this episode I would like to show you how I'm going to install this sound deadening material on my 2019 Toyota Rav4. So I decided to buy this Amazon Basic. It's called sound deadening material. In a package we have 10 of these sheets. This just peels and you stick it to the side of the panels in the car, and then use this kind of roller to make it like stick better. You just roll it with a roller. So first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove the spare tire, I'm gonna remove these panels, prepare the area for installation. Gonna remove all this stuff, gotta remove this part. We're gonna remove all this. What I really like about this Rav4, it still has the full-size spare tire. The Lexus doesn't have it, and the newer cars also don't have the spare tire because the newer cars go as flat, run flat. That's what I don't like. But this, you can have a full-size spare tire. So let's remove it. Okay, so let's remove the rest of the stuff. This one comes out. This one comes out. I'm gonna remove the styrofoam piece. Your car, Rav4, might not have these. This is for the cargo net. I installed it myself, so I'm gonna remove these. Here we have to pop these pieces right here. You can use a flathead screwdriver. You can just pop them. Take this one out. Same thing on the other side. Don't lose these pieces. Take our 10mm socket and remove this panel right here. Remove this bolt right here. One here and one here. Remove this. Now, you see this? When you pop this up, there is a bolt. You need 14mm socket, and also remove this bolt. There's a nice big fat bolt. Remove on one side and also remove on this side. Also take your Phillips head screwdriver, remove this panel. You gotta remove these screws here. One on this side and then one on this side. This part lifts, right? But you see there's these clips. So I removed this before, but I didn't clip it properly. So, but this is supposed to sit in here. So once we're gonna reinstall, I'm going to install these clips properly. Okay, now we have to remove this panel. You just pull it up. It pops up. And that's it. See, these are white clips. Make sure they're all here, and if one is stuck behind, you can remove it and replace it. If you break these or if you lose these, not a big deal. You can buy this in the auto parts store. See, this is, I bought it from the auto parts store, and you can reinstall this clip very easy. Forgot to show you, there's another 10mm bolt right there. You can either use a flat Phillips screwdriver or 10mm socket. In order to remove this panel, and also if you want to install this panel, you have to remove the seat. Just move this part to the side. You have to remove that bolt right there. That's a 14mm. And also on this side, there's another 14mm. Because this panel, it clips in, it kind of goes into this channel, and it's hard to do it if you don't remove this bolt. So I got my 14mm. It's very easy to remove this, because this panel, no matter what, you won't be able to put it back nicely, and it's going to be sticking out like this. So you will have to, before you remove it, you have to take the seat out, and also when you install it, don't lose this bolt. And here, now you see here there are 2 bolts, and you have to remove them. And once you remove them, I'll show you what we do next. Take your 14mm, break them loose, and same this one. This bracket, you remove this bracket, because this bracket has to be installed like this. See, the plastic goes behind it instead of like this, so it has to go behind. Show you, this whole panel now is moving. See, like this. We just have to pull on it here, here, and just kind of keep pulling on. And there's clips right here, these white clips. Just remove this whole thing. So now this whole panel is moving. There are these clips here and one on the bottom, and that's it. See, this whole panel is out. Over to the side, and on the inside we have some of the sound insulation, but it's not as good, but better something than nothing. So in the previous videos, I had this unit installed. This is for the hitch, the wire controller. But I'm gonna clean all this area. I'm gonna have panels, the sound deadening panels, I'll install here, here, there, like all around. We also have to remove this panel, so don't forget, we need a 10mm socket. There's a bolt in there. Remove this one. Supposed to just pop this panel like so. Make sure here there are these clips, one here and one there. Carefully remove this. Also remove this light. You see there's this light, there's this thing for the light. You have to push down on this little lever and disconnect the light. See, this is for our light here. Disconnected that. And also there's one for the power outlet. There's a tab, you push on it and remove this plastic connector. That's it. Nothing is connected. Now this panel is free to go. There you go. We're gonna remove this whole panel. If you see these plastic clips still in here, we gotta remove them. Like I have this plastic trim removal, just gonna install it like this. See, comes out. Remove one here, remove one here, because we're gonna reuse these clips, reinstalling them right there. Next step, we have to clean everything. You can use isopropyl alcohol or anything, just clean all this, vacuum it first, and then we're gonna clean all this debris so the panels stick very nice. But the most important area here is right here. That's where the sound comes from. Wheel well. I'm gonna put a lot of insulation here and also on the inside and over here, both sides. And I really want to insulate it nicely, this whole trunk area, so it'll be nice and quiet. I'm gonna remove this metal bracket here. Of course, we're gonna reinstall it later. I'm gonna put the sound deadening material here. Remove this one. I'm gonna remove this one. Spray this area nicely, clean it. Now the area is clean. We take one of these panels. Let me show you. See how thin it is? We're gonna put a lot of insulation here and here. So I'm gonna take this panel. I'm gonna start kind of inserting here, cutting it. Let me show you how it is. Scissors, and it's easily, you can cut it. But this is, you peel this on one side and then just plaster it on. On the inside we have this huge area. I'm gonna insert this whole piece in there. And let me show you. I'll just insert the whole piece in there. I'm gonna take the roller, I'm gonna start rolling it in. Taking this bigger roller, I'm just gonna start rolling it in. Gonna go all the way on the inside. Take this big piece, I'm gonna insert it right here, like this. I'm just gonna start rolling it in. And then with whatever small pieces we have, I'm gonna fill the gaps. Put one whole piece here. I'm gonna put one bigger piece here, and whatever pieces are remaining, I'm gonna fill the gaps. But the most important area to make it look nice here. Install the piece here, little cut, and then use a roller, and then same here. I cut this hole for this thing, install this whole piece. Now we're gonna use a roller, but I'm gonna use a smaller roller, this one, to get inside here. As you see, I installed the bigger pieces here, and I started using this bigger roller, and then with a smaller roller I did some of the angles, corners, and then we have this medium-sized roller. But for the most part, the biggest pieces, I use this roller right here. And once I'm done using these big pieces, the smaller area, I will use the scrap, and then just cover the smaller ones. Now here, make sure you don't cover this hole, because there's going to be this metal piece installed. So you're going to go here and leave this area open. See, this piece is going to go here, and I made a nice cut right here. I'm going to fold this down, and then we're going to make this hole to secure this part. So I'm using this big pieces, like the whole pieces, and I want to put some insulation here because look, very thin. So I'm gonna put this piece right here. I'm gonna pre-cut here where this rubber grommet is, and also I'm gonna pre-cut right here, and that's it. We're gonna have a nice whole piece installed like this. So you see this one installed. I have to finish pressing in with a roller, but I have to soundproof this area because it's very thin, and And now look at this. So I'm gonna put another whole piece over here. I'm just gonna cut the area here and cut this area right here. Okay, this area is nicely pressed in. I'm gonna take this whole piece and install it here and another one right here. And this is important to push it down very nicely so it will adhere to this part. Make sure it's all clean, degreased. Align it like this, peel it and push it in. Looking out, so far looks good. Now take the bigger roller and start pressing it in. Make sure it adheres very good. It's very important to use these rollers, push down on all the little creases, make sure it sticks very well. Okay. Use the smaller roller and look at the difference. One more piece here. So I put one piece here, another big piece here, and I'm gonna try to insert some pieces in there, but it's gonna be like smaller pieces. I'm gonna cover this area, but first I'm gonna use the bigger pieces. All right, we're almost done with the trunk. I'm just gonna start filling this area right here and start filling this. But I put one big piece here, some of the smaller pieces here. It looks pretty good. So let's start filling this area here. Here's a little bit trickier, so you have to cut squares and like put as much insulation as you can. I'm gonna install like in there, try cutting some like triangles or something. Also cut piece here, you know, as best as you can. As you see, I'm doing these like squares, these pieces, one here, one there. I'm gonna start filling in all the gaps. I'm also going to install the one piece over here on the wheel well. So I cut this long piece, it's gonna go in there. I'm just gonna install like that. See, I inserted this whole piece and I'm gonna use the roller to make it flat. And on this side I have these pieces like this cut out. I'm just gonna install them like that. Put one farther down there, piece here, pieces here. So I'm done insulating my trunk, sound deadened, and I think it's good. I put all the insulation in all the important places, especially around the wheel well. Most of the sound that comes comes from here. I already put my spare in there. Here I'm actually just put some pieces here, here and there. Idea to buy these because eventually you lose these things or break them. I reinstall it here. Make sure this one's here. We're gonna reinstall this panel going back there. And you have to get this corner first. This panel has this soft padding, sound insulation. I'm not gonna remove it, I'm gonna keep it. And it should be enough sound insulation. So let's install it back. The panel was installed, but I didn't put any bolts yet. I just had to clip it in. The hardest part was this. I had to remove it. And there's a bolt. I had to remove this bolt. But let's do the same thing on the other side. So what you're gonna do install this panel first and then this one, but there are clips. You have to align everything. Let me show you. See, there are these holes right here. I already broke this one. You have to align these clips and push them in. It clicks here, here, and here. Also, if you remove this, you have to install it back. Goes nicely into the channel, like this. Clips in. Nice. This is all sitting nicely. Also, this one is pushed in. Very good. This piece, align it. Everything nicely clips into place. Now we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna reinstall it. It's like this hinge. There's a little arrow. Make sure this plastic is behind this metal piece, like this. And that's it. So we're gonna put these 2 bolts in. Secure these bolts. Hinge is secured. This plastic piece is sitting back. Everything's clipped into place. Now we're done. So before you want to remove this part, take this one part. It's very easy. Unscrew these bolts from the hinges. Remove the seat. Push it on the side. And then put it back. So we're going to put these back. You do the same thing on this side. With this bracket, you see it's stuck away. And you can easily remove this plastic piece. After remove this trim here, and you can just pop this piece and you can easily remove it. Now also, if these clips, you see these clips break, I ordered these on Amazon, link will be in the description. You can buy like 60 or 100 of them, very cheap. See this part right here, I install a new clip. Then we need one more here, and then you can just push them in there. And this whole plastic piece was clipped in. Just pushed it in. This new clip I'm gonna do here. One last one here. And now I'm just gonna take this whole piece. I'm gonna push it in. You see? Push it in. Push it in. There you go. We're done. Also, if you want to remove this seat, you just literally just pull it here on one side. It's gonna pop, and pull it there. And you see this seat, this hook sitting in this metal like channel. So that's how it works. It just goes right here, clips in on both sides. Very easy. Let's install these bolts. This one here, and this one here on this hinge. Tighten them up. Okay, this one is tight. Let's do the other one. Okay, this seat is done. Just push it back. Now we're gonna install this one back. Very easy. You can do it. Don't be intimidated. You can do this. You can install this, do this all yourself. Make sure this notch is aligned with this hole. Flip this hinge like this and start putting the bolt through here. Same thing on the other side. Now just tighten it. Okay. Same thing with this one. Okay. Now again, let me show you. This panel, plastic, has to sit behind this metal like a leaf. See? And everything clips into place. And now I can just close the seat, pull the seat up. Beautiful. So we are done with this job. Everything looks good. Panel is nicely clipped in. Put these things back. Just do everything in reverse. But if you're struggling with these panels, especially that one, to clip them back into place, just do what I did. Remove this 3 bolts, 2 bolts here, one here, one here. Remove the seat and the bracket, and it's gonna be easy. I already put all the stuff back in the trunk. Here are insulation. It looks pretty good. I did some driving around. around the neighborhood. We have less noise from the road now. Most of the noise was coming from the back, and now it's much quieter. Now this is the material. I'm going to show it to you again. Amazon Basics sound deadening piece. Let me show you how thick this thing is. Let me show you. This is in inches, 0.06, 1.9 millimeter thickness in millimeters. This package from Amazon Basics, this car sound deadener comes with 10 pieces. And this 10 pieces, they pack like this. All you do, just measure it, cut it, peel this paper piece off, and it's just like this rubber. And use the wheel to make sure it sticks well. The size again, I'm showing you, 4.5 inches by 10 inches, 36.8 centimeters by 25.4 centimeters. Link for this product will be in the description under the video. And I think this product works very well. Also, these little pieces right here, it's very good to have extra. So I would highly suggest buying these little clips because you're gonna break some, whether you're working in the trunk or on the side of the door. I'm also gonna insulate the top, so I'm gonna have a bunch of these. These are pretty cheap rollers, but they work good. See this part already coming off, but it's a nice wooden handle. It does the job well. You know, this is for the smaller corners. This is for the larger area. That's heavy roller, feels good. I use most of the time this medium size roller. So it presses down on these these little bubbles very good. And its material sticks very good. So look at this. You hear this? Comparing to the door. I have a lot of material here and there's nothing in the door yet. Much different sound. So I'm going to take this panel off and I'm going to install sound deadening material here, and then we're going to work on the doors, but it's next episode. I'm going to install in each door this material. I did some driving around. I went on the main road, did like 60-70 miles an hour. You hear less of a noise and the car is more quiet, especially when you go over the bumps. You hear the suspension less, it feels like more deadened. And I don't have a sound meter, but trust me, it works. It works. This stuff works. Thank you for watching Nazaretov's channel. I hope this wasn't a boring video for you. I hope you appreciate it. Click like, click the bell, and everything will be listed in a link below under the video. So now you know how to do this, how to sound deaden your vehicle. And if you have any questions, list them down below. Happy to help. Thank you, and see you in the next video.